I am one day away from shaving this huge mustache because Jordan from New York is coming to tune this thing.
I'm doing Mustang stuff today.
Mustang stuff. We got Cody over from BC Racing in the house.
Hello, hello.
We're doing things for his car. He's going to Drift Week.
Without us.
Without us. The jerk. He did ask if he could take us, so I mean, he is a homie because he asked if he could steal us for Drift Week to help him and basically just be like the party guys for it. You know, show him a good time.
Hype man.
Yeah, his hype man. We're real good at that too. So he's doing some control arms and stuff, and while Chris is working on his car, there's nothing I like better than getting brand new parts and then cutting them apart. You know, it's like they made this perfectly good radiator, and then we just, you know, cut shit off of it.
Yeah. Well, that hole's a lot smaller now without the cap on it.
Yeah, it makes it a little easier to pack. So I could do a little circle.
Yeah, keep that radiator cap. You can use that to build an expansion tank for my car.
Yeah, I got it right there. I was going to ask if you wanted to keep it.
I do.
Because I cut it pretty nice.
Reduce, reuse, recycle.
Yeah, we like free shit. Especially stuff that normal people just throw out.
What's up?
Hi, Jordan.
Yo, can you imagine you drive 1,500 miles in an E46 and you got both corner lights after? What's a bigger flex? And my sunroof's open.
But does it close?
I don't know, we didn't try that yet. I just opened on the way. I got a little hot. I got hot.
Welcome to Florida. How long did it take you to drive here?
Long time, dude. Yo, in my F80 when I drove down, it says 16 hours, including sleeping, it took 16. But in this car, because of the gearing, it's like really high RPM. So I slept on the way for like probably about 4 or 5 hours. It took me like a little over a day, probably 20 something hours. I don't know, bad, a lot.
We drove a turbo E46,
Turbo E36
that you're giving away.
Yes, and it
A
worked.
bunch of hours.
A lot of hours.
Like it smells like hot, you know?
Dude, it's just hot. Well,
It
I have
smells
to be at like
working.
It smells
gotta
like
be
it
at, like-
smells like your heat wrap did its job.
definitely hot.
Mhm.
But it works. Car's pretty good.
Okay.
Makes lots of turbo noises.
Yeah, the whole way the radio was off.
A lot, dude. A lot. No, radio wasn't off, dude. Radio's pumped, but lots of turbo noises, dude. Why not?
Any rot chips, or you're gonna repaint the whole bumper when
Dude,
you know?
this car was just painted, so I hope I don't have many rock chips. We'll have to clean this off and see.
So we're walking around the car, and I'm over here checking things out, seeing if Jordan brought any tools. Is that okay?
That's fine. I got new trunk shocks, but I couldn't find them to put them on yesterday.
Okay, so the only tool you brought
Yeah.
on a 20-hour
You have to have
journey.
faith in what you do and what you build, and that's how confident I am in this car.
Bro, you legit have like no tools. Like you brought.
I did bring an air compressor.
Okay, that's important.
Did I bring a battery? I did bring a battery.
Yeah.
And a tire plug kit. And a spinny OEM jack.
Yeah, the one
That's
that like,
it.
kills you.
The one that'll kill you.
Right.
No
No, really. He brought no tools.
Yeah, no, nothing.
He brought a duffel bag.
That's it.
He drove 20 hours.
Yeah.
What year is this car?
98.
98. A 98 M3 with a turbo on it. 20 hours.
500 wheel. Makes all the turbo noises. It's great.
Freaking wild, dude. So, your purpose here is to get.
Tune Adam LZ's E46 S54 turbo car. So I'm gonna, I guess, get started today as long as it's all good. Get it running, driving, hopefully finish it in a day or two.
So we got our friend from New York here. He came down to tune a car. Did you not? Yeah, I was gonna say, did you not get
not about them. Oh, he has one too.
You got one?
Dude.
If you work on the car, it instantly starts growing.
Nah, sure.
Hey, this thing, you're gonna sit there, and all of a sudden, all the rest of the beard's just gonna fall out.
Like a month and a half, dude.
Jordan,
Yeah,
you're gonna sit in there and it's all gonna fall out.
You could do the question mark. You should do the question
Not
mark.
do
You
the
ever
question
seen
mark.
that?
Absolutely, I've seen it. It's absolutely not happening.
We're gonna see what the day in the life of a tuner is with RK Tunes.
I really came for the dog.
You really came for Mimi?
Yeah.
Jump up. Jump. Oh. What are we doing?
Top secret. No, I'm trying to make everything. I'm trying to get everything set up. That way, the car will hopefully start and run.
Okay, so you're doing a run.
Yeah, I'm just going over every single thing. Like, oh, it has this map. It has these injectors. How do I make this work?
So it's just gonna be the startup tune? Basically just put in all the information.
And see if it works. See if it runs. And then I'll have to dial it in. But hopefully, it starts and runs like relatively normal. So you think it'll work? I don't know, dude.
You're the pro, man. That's why we brought you in. You don't do this? I can't spell very good, but that last word really gets me. We're about to do startup.
From New York?
Big verbal tune guy.
Yeah, hi. Big Burlington guy.
Oh yeah. Is Adam getting the barrel?
Yeah.
Are we gonna tell him about it?
No, I think it's just got to be like on sport mode or something. Be like, nah, you only use sport mode when you're beating on it, then you just leave, hit sport mode or something. I don't know.
I like the AC idea.
The AC idea is a thing, but not that. A lot of cars put AC button. So your man's gonna go hit the AC button and just play himself. It's not that easy on this car. The way I make good pops and bangs in this car, it doesn't work with the AC button.
All right, well, just make good pops and bangs then.
Sounds good.
Yeah, just enough to make them hate you. Show us your magic. First try.
Well, now that it's started, I'm gonna go ahead and hook up that scavenge pump.
Doing it.
Trying to make it run great instead of running. Like right now it's running. We're trying to running great.
So are we gonna make it out to the dyno?
The thing is, once this car I think runs and drives really good and like throttle blips and everything's normal, the dyno part shouldn't be horrible. Like us just throwing the dyno right now doesn't really help anything. Me finishing this right now, like making it run really good. If I can run real good, drive around, floor it, and like not getting the boost and it works great, the dyno will be like potentially the. This is a hard part.
What's the definition of making it run good? Like, what are you doing there to make it
I'm making
run good?
like little tweaks. So like I'm trying to figure out the best way to make it work with a turbo car. Whether I adjust more on the global like fuel scaler versus just like the individual fuel tables, like power throttle, wide open throttle. Trying to figure out the best combo. I don't know what like resolution I'll need once again the dyno to boost. It might be great with the math, but I'm just trying to like adjust everything by little, so I have a huge range of adjustment when I hit the dyno. Make sense?
Yes.
I can like make it one or two changes probably and get the fueling good, but if I like max out one table, then I go on the dyno and I need to adjust that. So I'm just making a lot of little changes and seeing how they work right now.
I heard a lot of revving.
Oh, I have it on my mouth. Hold on. Car does revving things. It runs, I'd say, relatively normal. Idle's pretty good. Rev's pretty good. I got a fixed startup, but we're at the point now where you guys can put a like button everything up.
To put ready for dyno?
Ready for the dyno, I would say. I need like 30 minutes or an hour of just more like free revving maybe, but that can happen on the dyno.
After we change the oil real quick.
Yeah, change oil. I don't know what you guys want to say you have left to button up, but
Not much. We gotta replace the axle, right, Chris?
Yeah, replace the axle, bleed the brakes some more, and then do the oil change. We're gonna put the 1060 in there because this is just the braking oil. So
And
I think
install
you
the
broke
catch
it in
can.
today, buddy.
yeah, enough, enough revving.
Yeah.
I know it sounds so
Probably
horrible.
didn't like it very much.
11?
Yeah, Mimi's in the car right now. She don't like you.
Oh, I'm so sorry.
Yeah, you go apologize to her.
I will. I feel
right.
so bad. It runs pretty normal.
All right, man.
We're good.
All right. We can install our catch can that we got by Vibrant and next dated overnight for us. Nice little ventilated John with some.
Last little bit, we just gotta make that
10 a.m.s.
line, which ain't really a big deal.
Yeah, there's a line right there. Boom. Nice and easy. That's pretty much it. So we just finished this. It's got its startup tune. Jordan's gonna do some more startup stuff for it. And it's going to the dyno.
Look at Jordan, big YouTuber guy out here getting featured, doing collabs with all the YouTubes.
Yeah, I got it. Good.
That's another plug for FCP Euro. If you know, you can get stock hood shocks there next day. Hi Jordan. You look very handsome.
Thank you. I try.
Wow. This lighting is very flattering for you.
Just taking a photo.
Yeah.
When Adam's not looking, you load up the burble tune.
I got you. That's what I'm here for. That's really what I'm here for.
Just to add
Who cares
burble.
if it runs? As long as it burbles.
Hi. Benjamin, do your job.
I ran myself over.
Oh my god.
It has a lot of depth of field and gets the mustache excellent.
The mustache
Where's
goes
your
hard.
mustache?
The mustache goes hard. Where's your mustache, Booth?
Up the dyno, you
I don't know how to do this.
what do you mean?
This is above my
Just
pay
do
grade,
the
dude.
car, bro. You gotta fucking set up the dyno.
Show us, Booth. Show us how you do it.
I feel like Sean's the type of guy that always needs a hug, but never gets one.
This is said in another video
That same
by
thing?
another tuner.
No.
Yeah.
Did someone else say the same thing?
Yeah, Jimmy said it.
That's crazy.
Someone needs to like hug him or something, dude. It's alright, let it out. You can cry, dude. You're in safe company. You don't gotta be so tough, Doug. Let it out.
It's one of those things, you move the wrong thing and you're like...
When you move the boxes.
Don't do that. Your fake shoe f***ing kill you, dude.
Ooh.
I just want to put them somewhere else and move them twice.
Why, they really don't like that?
They probably kill you.
Leah's very particular.
She definitely won't be the one now giving you a hug.
You don't give me hugs.
She won't. No one does, probably.
What'd you say?
You heard me.
Can you beep that out?
Really?
When Sean Booth is talking, is it just like beep beep?
is this,
Hey,
bro?
everybody's beep. Everybody beep. Jordan beep. New York beep. You know?
Arian versus Brian HQ. And let's go.
Let's go.
Brian's only time he holds the girl's hand.
Whoa!
Whoa!
Boys gotta wear protection, boy.
Got the whole garden over here. Are you on the phone with BMW?
Car's on a dyno. I'm getting ready to do some pulls. I'm just making sure everything's perfect before ripping into it. But the rest of the video is gonna be on Adam LZ's channel. So head over there if you want to see a car getting dynoed, see how much power it makes, see him drive the car.
Wow, Jordan's so good. Big YouTuber guy over here. Another YouTuber guy. That little pull made that much horsepower.
So work never stops here. We went from this back to this, and we just got in more parts.
Expansion tank. So this Johnny's gonna go.
Way over here. Don't mind the mess. We've been working on 3 different projects this week, 4 different projects this week.
This is gonna go right in here. Hoses and stuff are just in my way right now. These are like that.
It looks like I need to make a bunch of little plates or something for it.
Oh yeah, it's not gonna mount flat to the firewall. This firewall is at a rearward pitch anyways.
Too bad I already made a block-off plate back there.
We got our radiator. I made a little mock-up to house our new Doral fans and still keep everything sealed because these fans do sit partially inside the shroud. We can space it off a little bit. Puts our overall height with the fan and everything right about 6 inches, which still gives us almost 3/4 of an inch clearance to our pulley drive, which is great because then we can actually change belts in classic fashion. Cardboard turns into real-world aluminum.
Thanks.
Starting with the faceplate and the bends down so we get everything like height situated. Then we can figure out our holes for the fan so we can keep some structure in it so it doesn't, warp and turn all wonky. So because of the large diameter of our fans, we did end up having a notch in here. So our fans will overlap our end tanks just a bit, but because it is a boxed setup here, it should fit in just fine.
Nice
all the
cardboard
CFMs will
job.
still get pulled through our box, which will still get pulled through our radiator. So now we just gotta make little filler plates for the side, seal it up, and then we are going to put hardware on that stuff. Fred's over there in the corner.
I feel like he feels left out because he's the only one in the shop that doesn't have a mustache.
You should definitely draw him a mustache.
I don't know, I'm shaving mine today.
Are you?
Yeah, I told you as soon as it got dynoed and everything, I was done.
You said when the car was done.
The car's, fuck, I guess I'll shave it next week.
Uh-huh.
He's coming over here to ask us to do something for him, too.
Yeah, he has a hydro in his hand, so he's probably gonna ask you.
everyone that comes over, it's never...
for you, I just don't have a hammer. That's it.
Oh,
You don't have a hammer? I can give you a hammer.
yeah. MC? I know that dude.
Love it. What are you guys working on?
We just built this really sweet shroud.
Damn, this
We
is
were
sick.
just getting to it until you showed up and interrupted us.
Yep, so fans collectively push about 4,000 CFMs, these Doral boys. I forget the part number on them, but they're awesome. And it just fits oh so well. Love all of the fitment. And we installed these bypass flaps. So if you're ever going fast enough where the natural air flowing through the front of the car is stronger than the fans, these flaps will open up and allow air to bypass. And whenever the fans are creating suction on the shroud, it holds these things shut so you don't lose any of the actual, CFM rating. Cricket also welded these on when we learned, I don't know which car it was, but we learned on one of our cars Now welding these directly onto the radiator works well until you put a shroud on it, because trying to tighten these fittings up when they're down next to this inside of an engine bay with like a frame rail right here.
It was Barryon's car, we learned it.
I think it was Barryon's car, yeah. It was not a good time. So now he left the little posts on there and gave us a little bit more room to play with. So now we're gonna put this unit inside the car. It's in. Oh my God, it's in.
It fits.
We are stacking this thing up. You know, we still probably have 3/4 of an inch of clearance to the bottom of our crank pulley. Focus. Focus. Yeah, she's in there. Now our upper thing should fit as well. That guy.
Yeah, let's find out. Give her a goal, shall we?
Give her the old college try.
Like a glove.
Boys are back in town. There goes the neighborhood. Monday updates.
Mondays. We're doing seat brackets today.
So apparently these E92 seat brackets are not that strong where they mount to the chassis, so this company sells these little weld-in Johnnies. So Cricket welded in said Johnnies.
But they're actually not welded.
Well, yeah, they're supposed to be bolted in, but we always feel better welding stuff in than bolting it in.
And funny fact, you can actually buy the, what is it, the A90 super brackets?
Yeah.
And they fit in this, because, you know, Toyota just basically copy him.
There's a lot of weird BMW Toyota stuff been going on for a little while now.
And Chris found out that, you know, BMWs don't use 14s.
Or
Use
12s.
13s.
Yeah.
Or 12s. But Toyota does. This car has 12s.
Had a bunch of
and
12s on the trunk hinges. It was weird.
14.
Also, Cricket got this unit mounted up here, so we're just waiting on one more AN fitting to get that thing lined up, but our expansion tank is there. DEI heat sleeving on that one because it does run, you know, like, still has like 4-inch gap to the downpipe, but you know, rather safe than melted. I am now putting in our little power steering fitting there for the inlet that Cricket welded as well. Then we got a bunch of good vibrant stuff, so I'm gonna start making upper and lower radiator hoses. Got some weld-ins for our thermostat housing. We're gonna do the damn thing. Oh yeah, we got a long list.
I made a list of both cars.
Yeah, so we still got some touching up to do on this guy, but you know.
But a lot of this is stuff that had nothing to do with us, but we're just doing it for Adam, so it's a really nice car.
Yeah.
Like replacing all of the old OEM shit that he didn't tell us to do, but he said there was an issue with it, so we're just gonna do it anyways.
Yeah, so we're just gonna make it like a brand new 2001 BMW.
Yeah, and then this is what we have left to do on the E92.
E92's got a little bit more actual hands-on work. Most of the stuff for the E46 there is just, you know, replacing OEM stuff, but we're gonna get cracking because there's
Working on
nothing.
this.
We got back to our roots of making lists for things, because you know when you finish stuff and you get to just cross it off,
Feels
such a
good.
feeling. Like you
Feels
feel like you
great.
accomplished something today.
Yeah.
Sometimes we finish something and we didn't add to the list, and we'll just write it on the list just so we can cross it off.
Yeah, I do that all the time. Like, oh, I forgot to add this to the list just to wipe it off.
Yep,
Feels good.
it's a great feeling. Not bad. Seating position wise, got elbow room because of these door caps. Elbow room, yeah, we're a little close to the PMU, but honestly, you'd have to like pick up your foot and go like this to really touch anything.
I was thinking more along the lines of the dash because it is, you know, 3 inches.
I'm hunched down too, so I mean, if I'm cinched in tight, like you'd have to be like 7'3" for your knees to hit that. Disregard our lack of filming because we hate doing seats. Very frustrating. Brackets are in there. Seats are lined up. Check the driver position with the boss man. He's cool with it. Now Cricket gets to do the thing.
I made up 2 new curse words. I can't say them online, but I made up 2 new curse words doing this.
It was just gibberish. So Cricket made a column mount. We were just checking height and gonna add a second support to it because it's a little wobbly. We got some new, some fancy.
New limited edition LZ MFG steering wheel.
All black.
All black. This thing is sick. And suede. That's perfect. Maybe a little bit more of it.
Well, you also have a quick release on there.
Oh, wow. It's gonna be perfect for guard day. Not for me.
Why? Why do you
I
say
have
that?
long arms. I have a weird
what are you
torso.
trying to say?
I have a weird torso. I don't fit in his things. I fit in his cars, like, seat-wise, but
Better
the
than I
steering
do.
wheel is always close to me.
I don't fit at all.
Chris over here is doing styro wire things.
Soldering, making a can thing for the thing. I want to finish all of my chassis wiring this week, which includes our CAN network, because in a week or so, I believe 2 weeks maybe, whatever, February 20th, I guess that's a couple weeks from now, I don't know when this video is dropping. The guy from HTT Transmissions, the transmission controller people, will be here, and they are going to help finalize the wiring for all of the trans stuff. So our shifter and our tag in for our throttle cut and everything like that. So if I can have everything else ready and I can start programming our PMU, which is probably gonna take me a day or two because the programming portion of that is not a good time. If I can get all that done and make all of our chassis stuff function, so I can make our fuel pump work, our ECU fire ups, and probably not ECU because we don't have our engine harness yet.
Yeah.
At least I can do all the CAN communication from the PMU that at least see if our headlights work, taillights work, make sure our brake switch works and all that stuff. That's gonna be chassis oriented but not engine oriented because we're gonna have to program the output like from the coolant temperature sensor to trigger the fans and stuff like that. Also waiting on our fan controllers. We'll get there.
A lot of electronic stuff going into the mix now. So while he's doing all of that stuff that I have no idea what the hell it is, I'm gonna finish off the radiator hosing for him. I have welded up a 16AN fitting onto the port coming out for where the thermostat is. Shout out to Mishimoto for having our thermostat. We had it in stock. This is the part number for your Mishimoto thermostat.
Works for 1Js too.
Oh, it works for 1Js.
Yeah, all the JZs basically.
Well, there's 2 more in the trailer, and I think there's a few more on the shelves.
Because I'm probably gonna have to get one.
Yeah, that's why I was mentioning that, because
over there.
it'll work for that motor, the one to the right, that one. So MMTS-SUP93TL, shout out to you, Mishimoto. Thank you. Yeah. So on the new things, we finished our lower radiator hose. That's all tucked in. Upper radiator hose is done. Checked it off the list. Chris is doing wiring things. While he's doing,
for a while.
you're gonna be there for a while. So while he's there, we noticed that our wheels are touching this little bump out on the chassis. So I already cut this side out. I'm gonna go and cut the other side out. I'm gonna take this off and I'm just gonna cap it. It has a three-dimensional side on this, so it has a couple bends to hold it in nice and tight. And this is a lot more structure than what actually comes in an E36 and E46 for the strut towers. So I'm just gonna plate over this. It's not gonna be an FD car, so don't have to worry about FD's rules.
It's forward of the strut tower.
Oh, it is for the strut tower, so it doesn't matter, right?
Yeah.
No, so FD rules is still legit. Haha!
Here.
Therefore.
Forward. You can do whatever you
I
want.
cut that right out. Bye-bye. So there was this much of it there before, so it stuck out a whole inch from the frame rail. So I chopped it, cut out quite a bit of it. The other side I left so I could take and mold this plate on here on the front side. I got it long enough, so what I did was I cut this side off and then I cut at the corner and left this whole piece here, molded this side up to it to where it was flat. Well, it's still a little toasty. To where it was flat against this corner and nice and molded and rounded to it. And then I tack welded it in place. Then I took my plasma cutter, since I had a nice even run here, took my plasma cutter and whoop, chopped that off. Then took my flapper disc and grinded it down flat onto here. That's why you can see more grind on this corner. You can't on this corner because I ended up grinding down the leftover piece that was coming off of this way and made it nice and smooth and then just welded it in. So now we have that much more room. And just to give you an idea, you can see. Fuck yeah! Fucking double layer fucking cunt.
You're not Sean Booth.
I'm not, and I hate fucking double layers in welding because there's seam sealer in between it. So as soon as you melt one and you go to put a little bit of weld in there and it fill in, the seam sealer lights on fire and shoots it back at you. Hence the burn in my ball sack today. Yeah, I'm not very fucking happy today.
Alright, so we got all the negativity out of the way.
No, we didn't.
Yes, we did. So, ending this video, and where are we going tomorrow, Cricket?
Crazy. Oh wait, we're going to Brazil tomorrow, aren't we?
Yeah, we're going to Brazil tomorrow.
Actually, we're going to get our COVID test tomorrow. So only a couple more F words, F bombs. I told you guys yesterday I learned 3 new cuss words. Couldn't put them on tape because I don't know if they're legal in any country or on YouTube yet.
Alright, so what's the event we're going to?
I have no idea because I don't speak Portuguese. I don't know. It's a Brazilian competition hosted by Drift HQ, and I don't speak a lick of anything that they're saying, so I have no idea. We're going to Brazil though. It's gonna be awesome. We're gonna have like basically like an invitational like we just did here, but in Brazil with a bunch of people that I know a few of them actually. I know like probably half of the guys that are competing. only because they come over here and compete in our Pro-Am event and Clutch Kickers event. I think we're bringing like 7 people with us.
Cool.
It should be good. 7 people, 3 cars, 3 broken cars. So I'm calling 3 broken cars.
Yeah.
And the first tag.
So then, since you don't know, I'm gonna post their promo in this part right now.
Up in the corner.
Yeah. No. Like the whole thing.
Oh.
And then you get to watch it afterwards since you don't know what the event's called.
Yeah, maybe I'll watch it afterwards. I have no idea what it's called.
You've been welding too much.
I have.
You're huffing way too much argon right now.
Yeah, Chris came in here and he couldn't breathe. He's like, bro, what the hell? And opened up all the doors and let out all of my AC and smoke.
And argon.
And I'm like, wow, that's good for you.